We hope that you enjoyed today's video. We're going to have a good time looking at this Timex Diver, and it's from 1989. Okay, sometimes I forget to put the watches on my wrist in the video, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm kind of hesitant to do that because my wrists are kind of scarred up, and I don't want to distract from the appearance of the watch. But some of you have said it enhanced the video if I were to show a picture of me putting it on my wrist. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So there it is. I have a 7 3/8 inch wrist. So I have 7 3/8 inch wrist, and that's how the watch looks on me. If you hear sounds in the background, that's just our dog, and so if you can, just overlook that. I have a choice either to listen to him or put him in the pickup for a few minutes, so I just rather not do that. So if you have kids or dogs, I'm sure you understand how it is. We notice here on the watch that it has the words 50 meter, and then beneath that is the word quartz. So this is a true diver's watch, to the best of my understanding. And even though 50 meters is just incredibly, not hardly anything at all, let me explain why I think this is a true diver watch. Notice here that this watch has a screw-in crown. So you push it in, and then you screw it down real tight. And let's also go ahead and look at the back of the watch here. These bracelets, bands by the way, are called NATO. So if you're looking for some on eBay that are similar to that, that's kind of what you might want to look for. Okay, let's look at the back of it here. Notice how it's a turned down case. It's not pop off, but it's twisted down. What that does is it presses that back against a gasket, and it makes it nice and watertight. Also on these crowns, there's a gasket between the crown, the case, as well as between the case and where the stem goes into the movement. We're going to be looking at the movement here in just a moment. So these are some things that you look for in a true diver's watch. Let's compare it to another beautiful watch. This one we have on eBay, and this one we also have on eBay if you're interested. This has a diver's appearance, and it looks really sharp. Notice this watch. It has these crown protectors. That prevents anything hitting that crown. Notice this watch, it doesn't have those crown protectors. On the diver's watches, all diver's watches that I'm familiar with, they will have these crown protectors. Also notice that this is a wonderful watch, but it's not a screw-in crown, is it? You just push it in. Also, we look at the back of that. It's a pop-off back. So these are three ways in which you can tell a true diver's watch from a watch that looks really great, and these are extremely popular, but it's not a true diver's watch. This one is, to a limited degree. This watch I think would be okay in a swimming pool, even a deep swimming pool, maybe 20 feet deep. I think that would probably be okay. It does say 50 meters. I think about 25 feet is as far as I would go with that. Let's look at some other things. It does have a functioning bezel ring, so you just turn it. Okay, as you can tell, we have turned the bezel ring a little bit, and then it's you notice how they have these grips on the side of it, and there you go. Just kind of turn it like that, or you can turn it back the other way. It's nice and not easy to turn. It's hard to turn, but not really hard to turn. And that's the way you want it. You don't want it to be loose on there. That'd be horrible. And you want it to be fairly snug too. So it's really nice. And then when I sell a watch, we want this to be lined up. Okay, so there we go. And that's how it's already listed on eBay, but there we go. These hands glow in the dark, as well as these hour markers. The hour markers don't glow great in the dark, but surprisingly, the hour hand, and the minute hand do glow pretty well in the dark. And you can tell what time it is without the numbers. You can just tell with the hour and the minute. Okay, alrighty, let's, and by the way, this looks really good. The white numbers, as well as the white hands on a black dial, you can see it really well. Okay, you can imagine how difficult that would be if the dial were tan colored or something, but there's a reason why they use white on black like that. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the back of the watch again. We notice here that it has the code 54. Well, this is a date code, by the way. What you can do is easily Google, just go through the search engines and look for Timex Timex date codes. Timex date codes. And these are good from about 1982 till later. I can't remember exactly the first year that they started this, but just look up Timex date codes, and you'll find out that the number 54 corresponds to 1989. Alright, let's go ahead and think of some other things here. It is a quartz watch, not a wind-up, and that has some advantages to it. When you're swimming underwater and it starts to get kind of dark, you don't want your watch to stop working. And if it were up to me, if I were to have a diver's watch, I would always use a quartz. Alright, if you are using a watch for diving application, I really would recommend the quartz watches like this. I love mechanical watches. I love wind-ups. I love automatics. I really like them. But diving watches, you just don't want to have your watch go fast or slow. You want it to be ultra reliable. So I think that's a good choice for this watch. A good quartz movement. We've already talked about how it's 50 meters. Don't be confused about that. In a very recent video, I talked about how that phrase, 50 meters water resistance, is very confusing. It doesn't mean you can go down 50 meters deep into the water. That's not at all what I mean, what that indicates. It's a little bit deceitful, but I'm not picking on Timex because pretty much all the different watch companies use that same type of rating. Again, this is probably good for about 20 feet deep. We talked about the screw in crown, and I really like it. If you do buy this watch on eBay, the crown does screw in real nice and tight, just like it should. It is a diver's watch. We've already talked about what makes it a diver's watch. Some of you may criticize me and say, well, it's not a true diver's watch because it doesn't say 200 meters here. All I'm saying is it's a diver's watch up to about 20 feet. It's certainly more of a diver's watch than this beautiful Timex, for the reasons I've already mentioned. This one's, like I already said, they're both listed on eBay. Alright, we compared it with the other Timex watch. I put it on my wrist so that you can see what it looks like. The case here measures 39 millimeters from side to side, not including the crown. It measures 39 millimeters. And I think that is a perfect size for a casual watch. I like casual watches that are about 38 to no more than 41 millimeter. I think if a casual watch goes beyond 41 millimeters, it starts looking really silly. I think that Timex hit it out of the park. This is the perfect size for a diver watch. I really like it. The weight is 1.9 ounces, and that includes this canvas band here. It did not come originally with a canvas band. In fact, when I got the watch, it didn't have any band at all. So I went with this appropriate canvas band for this watch. At least I think it looks really good. We already talked about how it glows in the dark to some degree, as well as you could expect for this watch. It does have a functioning bezel ring. It has the date feature, and you would change the date just like you would with any watch. You move it out one spot, and then you rotate it, and then the date will change. And okay, so that's pretty typical there. Alright, and I do have it listed on eBay. So what we're going to do is pause the camera, then I'm going to show you the movement. Okay, when you're removing the back of one of these watches, you either want to buy one of these, which probably cost maybe $6 or $7 on eBay, including shipping, and or one of these. If I can't get it loose with this, then I would use this watch back remover, and you can adjust the distance between these, as well as here's an adjustment for this using the handle. So sometimes you have to use these for leverage, and again, I don't think I paid more than $25, $26 for that. It's very affordable. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and take this off of here, and then let's see what we got here. Okay, there it goes. All right. I'm glad I did this video because I didn't have that on tight enough. Okay. Alright, looks like the battery came out, but that's okay. Anyway, so there's the movement. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take out this white okay, your watch should always have one of these. Sometimes they're aluminum, sometimes they're plastic, and in some watches there's a plastic one and a metal one. But you want these to always be in your watch, otherwise the movement will move around. See how this is? It move back and forth. This would be horrible. Also, it protects it from shocks and other reasons. Okay, so there's the movement, and it's a nice quartz movement. Timex, it's marked Timex. It has the name B95 on it. And anyway, forgive me, I keep moving my hands a lot. But there is a gasket in which it's inside the crown there. I'm not going to try to get a picture of that, but okay, then we see the gasket right here, this black gasket. So when you put these on, you don't want to squeeze the heck out of it or twist the heck out of it. Okay, I've had a lot of other videos in which I've shown this, but there's always or almost always an easy way to remove the crown and the stem. There'll either be a button really near the stem or a screw, a little screw. In this case, it's a little button. I hope you'll forgive me for not going through all that, but we've done it before. But whether it's Timex or some other brand, just look for a really tiny screw that's in line with the stem or a push-down button. Okay. Okay. There we go. That should go back down when we put this one. Let me make sure I got that back on. I know that when I do these videos, a lot of times my fingers get in the way. And normally I would use something besides a pen to put this on, but I don't have that within reach. So let's see, hopefully that'll go on. The battery might be bulging up a little bit. Looks like it's fairly even on there. Let's see what we got. Then you just use this. It's real simple. Certainly nothing complex about it. And I can do more of this off camera. I don't want to take up your whole time putting that on, but just look up watch back removers, and they'll find these as well as these on eBay real easily. I would recommend buying one from a U.S. seller. They're not going to be made in the United States most likely, but if you buy one from a U.S. seller, it'll get to you a whole lot quicker than if you buy one from an overseas seller. Alright, as you can tell, this crystal is far from perfect. It does have some scratches. I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that as it goes on eBay. But if you want to remove or replace this crystal, it has this bezel ring on it. You get a blade like this, or a back cap remover. You kind of work it around there. Okay, there we go. That's how you remove it. Okay, as you can tell, we took the bezel ring off the watch. In order to remove this crystal, what you would do is you go in from the back of the watch, take the stem and crown off, remove the movement, then push the crystal out this way. And then there would be a gasket here. Then you would press that crystal back in. I don't know if that's helpful or not. Let me go ahead and put this back on. After the video's over, I'll have to kind of press this in more precisely. I'm not going to take up camera time to do that right now. Well, goodness, I guess that's about it. Let me go ahead and put that back in. I can't think of anything else to say. Okay, let me share with you just a little bit about us. We are Claude Hiram's Classics, and we really enjoy doing these videos. We have about 180 videos now on YouTube, and almost all of them pertain to watches, watch reviews, and very basic watch repair. And so if you like this video, I hope you'll look at our other videos as well. All of our videos are family friendly and Christian friendly. We don't have any bad words or any sinful stuff in any of our videos. Many people that are Republican and have Republican families like our videos because there's no socialism or communism or sinful stuff. It's just we try to live a life that pleases Jesus, and we want all of our videos to please Him. Our videos are kind of slow paced. We're never in a huge rush. And well, anyway, well, thank you for watching, and have a good night.